Hi, everyone, and welcome back. And I'm with Ruthella Turner. She's a coordinator for the Upcounty Community Center.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, Ruthella?
Good. How are you doing?
Fine.
Good. Staying dry?
The office isn't staying too dry up in the front there. A little bit of rain, and it's coming in on us.
It's a good way to clean everything out.
No, I just cleaned it, and now it's a new little rain event, it's leaking. So something happened to the roofing. Okay, anyway, speaking about roofing or over-covering, how about your overarching, ATCA is the overarching
umbrella
entity,
agency. Yeah.
Umbrella for, we could use an umbrella right now.
Lots of umbrellas.
For
the community centers.
Right.
Yes. ACA definitely is our overseeing agency. They provide the fiscal services, the structure to help oversee the community centers. We've got the Upcountry Community Center, the Comanche Lake Community Center, and then the Ione Community Resource Center. So we've got 3 centers that we work together with.
And somehow things consolidated, where you were just the Upcountry, now you handle all 3 of those. Is that right?
I kind of help with the coordination of all 3.
Okay, help with the coordination. And I was up there the other day when I invited you to come down, and it's a nice center. It's right under where a lot of people might still think of it as Claypool's or One Stop or
Bigfoot Market.
Right, and it's real nice. You have a lot of space in there. It was very, very homey, okay. And it was, like I said, quite nice. Now, when I was in there, there's more than just kids in there.
Absolutely.
So the community center is more than just for youngsters.
It's for the entire community. It's not for one age population or one income bracket. It is for the whole community. We have different groups that meet there, different support groups, after-school activities, computers. We're getting some computer lessons started in January down at the Ione Center. So lots of things to help just be a nice place for different members of the community
to
go.
And I imagine the computers pull in, people that need to read their email and send email that don't have computers and things like that. Is there printers available too? There
are printers. We do ask for a donation for each page that comes out of the printer.
Really?
We do try to provide it at for free, but it's not free. We still have to pay for the PG&E and the ink.
Free.
Yeah, it's very expensive. So the more donations, cash donations that we can get to help keep the center running, the more likely we are to stay open.
Okay, and you stay open for where do you get your funding?
We are primarily grant funded. That means that the majority of the cost, the overhead costs, rent, utilities, staffing is provided through grants. So we have a big grant from the United Way, which helps to provide for our after-school tutoring as well as our Fit Kids program. We have a couple of smaller local grants that we utilize. And then again, we also need that community support because grants just don't cover everything. Okay. So we've had people complain.
I'm curious, are you the grant writer?
I write a few grants, but Tara Parker does a lot of our grant writing for us.
All right, so I'm sure she stays busy.
Very busy.
Looking for funding for all the swell programs that you have. I believe we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking more with Ruthella Turner. So stay with us right here on TSPN's News.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm with Ruthella Turner, Upcountry Coordinator for the, what do you call it, the Community Center?
Yeah, the Resource Centers, Community Centers.
Community Resource Center, and tell us your hours.
Well, Upcountry is open on Mondays from 1 to 5, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 to 5, and Fridays from 9 to 1.
Okay, so it'd probably be best, you must have a pamphlet or something where people can read the hours because it doesn't lend itself to memory very well.
It doesn't. I just try to remember that Monday afternoons were open and Friday mornings were open, and we have regular business hours those other days.
Okay, so obviously if you open up at 9 o'clock, you're not there for school kids and taking school kids in right away. They probably come after school.
After school, Fridays is the only day that we're closed in the afternoon. So we do have after school activities, one of which is the Fit Kids, another one is the after school reading tutoring.
Okay.
Both are really great programs. And then, of course, I'm sure you've had 5th and 6th graders, and they have to do those great state reports and the country reports. And not everybody has a computer, or they have a computer but not a
Okay.
printer.
Let me slow you down there a little bit, and we'll take a few things a little bit one at a time. Okay, Fit Kids. When I was in there was a bunch of kids on the floor, and it looked like they were doing some yoga poses.
They sure were. Mindy Capana, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, is our yoga instructor. She comes Monday afternoons to teach the kids yoga. And she also does some Zumba classes. And that's for kids elementary through high school, and it is free to everybody. We just need a form filled out because it is exercise, and we want to make sure that we've got everything covered insurance-wise.
Okay. Now, when I was there also in another room, it was, I think you call it maybe your tutoring room or something like that, and you had some lady, and I believe a younger student from maybe one of the high schools, and they were tutoring some kids on reading.
Absolutely. We have a grant from United Way which helps to provide after-school reading tutoring for kids in grades K through 3. And this is an awesome program. We do train our tutors. They use a specific program, and it's volunteer time, so it's a great opportunity for high school students to get some of those hours they need for graduating. It looks really good on those college resumes or applications. And it's just a really nice way to be able to give back if you just want to donate a few hours of your time each week.
Okay, now how do you get the pupils?
They're actually referred to us directly from the elementary schools. So Pioneer, Pine Grove Elementary, Ione Elementary, Plymouth Elementary.
Does that start from a parent, or does it start from the kid, or does it start from the teacher, or all of the above?
You know, we found that it comes from all of the above. The teachers make that direct referral, but we have a lot of requests from the parents, especially once they start talking to each other. And we had one where the parent's niece had been in our program, and she saw what a great job it did, so she came and asked for that referral for her son. And she's been very pleased with the program.
Okay, well, since we're talking about parents, play a role in there as well. You'd like to have parental involvement, right?
Parental involvement is really huge. To build any kind of a good community, it takes a village. So having that parental involvement, that grandparent involvement, for our Fit Kids, our after-school exercise groups, we really encourage that parent involvement. So come in and do exercises with your kids. Our tutoring program, we have what's called wraparound services. So we have a parents' night and a family night once a month, where we have different guest speakers or topics for the evening to talk about how we can support our students in doing well academically, to ease that homework burden, how is the best technique, don't stress about homework so much.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure how many people you get for some of these programs when you have these nights. Why don't you give us a figure?
Gosh, I don't have that off the top of my head. Those
Estimate.
classes are, of course, open to the public also.
Okay.
So we have the free child care available for the parents that come on our parents' night when we have those guest speakers.
Okay.
And then, of course, family night is a blast because we have everybody involved.
Okay.
So
Okay. Let's see. Right before Thanksgiving, I believe it was probably Tuesday, you had a Thanksgiving meal up there, and I wasn't necessarily surprised, but it was a big number that you had. Tell us how many. Was it 130?
It was about 130 people who
Okay.
came from the community to have dinner. And our community Thanksgiving dinner, we started it, 5 or 6 years ago, as just an opportunity for all of us to get together and enjoy a Thanksgiving feast
Okay.
before Thanksgiving.
You might want to
together.
thank some people, give you an opportunity here on air, because
do.
I'm sure you had to scramble around to get tables and chairs for that many people.
You know, this event, it really warms my heart about how much of a community dinner it is. The whole event, dollar-wise, costs about $1,000 for us to put this on. We had a $600 donation from the Upcountry Rotary to help offset that cost. And IGA is very helpful with their time and their efforts to help
Okay.
us get all of our food supplies. Two of the churches helped out. Community Christian found out we didn't have any ovens, and we had 12 turkeys and a bunch of casseroles and potatoes and sweet potatoes and gravy, all of that to make. And so they came in and said, we'd love to take home those turkeys and casseroles and cook them at home and bring them to you prepared. And they did, and that's a huge task. So we really appreciate that. And Mount Zion Church knows that, we've got tables and chairs for our everyday use, but that's a big event.
Right.
So they went to their church, they loaded up their truck, they brought us down tables and chairs, like 80 chairs and 10 tables, and let us borrow their chafing dishes and their all sorts of serving
It was
equipment.
truly a good Thanksgiving.
It was truly a wonderful community Thanksgiving dinner. So we all got to sit down together, and we had to take turns because there was a lot of people.
Right.
And just give thanks. And I forgot to bring it, but one of the things we always do is we have something for people to have an opportunity to write down what they're thankful for. And this year we did it as centerpieces, turkey centerpieces. And so, you have your usual things you give thanks for having a home, for your family, for your friends. We always get a few people. It's really heartwarming for thanking the community center and the staff and volunteers that we have to make our program go. So it's really fun. We had one person state that they were thankful for their mom for being such a good mom, which enabled them to be a good mom to their child. And I thought that was really touching.
Yeah.
So.
That is touching, and that is kind of how it works. The stuff gets passed down through the generations like that.
It really does.
Okay, so I got that. Once again, we said that you're more than just for youth. There's a good example there. Did I read something that dinner was going to be at Christmas time as well?
Well, we actually just did a community event last night again. We used to do it Christmas dinner as well as a Thanksgiving dinner, and we did have to cut it down just to one, so we chose the Thanksgiving dinner. So we did a big community event last night on reducing stress for the holidays, and we sat down all together.
Reducing stress?
Reducing stress.
There you go.
Don't stress.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, like Thanksgiving, I don't think that many people, maybe the cooks, it's kind of stressful maybe to do all that cooking, but that's a really nice non-stress holiday, isn't it?
It is. You don't have
It's my
that
favorite
burden
one.
of, and a lot of people say that they feel stressed because of the holidays, because of the gift giving. So one of the things we discussed last night is, we don't have to make or continue that stressful tradition of Christmas, that we can just pass around, reduce how many holiday gifts you buy, who you're going to purchase for, and are you really going to purchase gifts, or would you rather just make something?
Okay. You've got about 30 seconds left. Do you want to use that to remind people of anything?
Well, I want to make sure that everybody remembers that
Right,
pick up
okay.
their Angel Tree tags and sponsor a child this year for Christmas. We have now over 800 children on our Christmas list who are needing toys or clothes for this holiday season.
Okay. Do you have a phone number that you could give for people that would want more information?
2785.
Say it one more time. I might have talked over you. Wait, go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
296-2785.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ruthella, for stopping by
Thank you.
during the holiday seasons here at Christmas time. And stay with us. There's more news on the other side of the break here on TSPN's News.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.